Welcome to Facts, Fiction and Faraway Lands, your Friday ticket to wonder, words and the wide world. Why can I see myself in a mirror? Think of a mirror as a light boomerang. Here's what happens. Light falls on your face from the sun, tube light, bulb, etc. Your face bounces that light off just like a ball bounces off the ground. The mirror catches the light and throws it back at your eyes, just like a boomerang returning to you. Your eyes see that returning light and your brain says, "Hey, that's me." So, you're not seeing your face directly. You're seeing the light from your face bouncing back to you. Now, why can't we see in the dark? Because no light, nothing to bounce. Nothing to bounce, nothing to see. So even if you stand in front of the best mirror in the world, if there is no light, the mirror has nothing to throw back. So the mirror isn't hiding anything. It's just waiting for light to come. So, mirrors don't show faces. They show light bouncing back from the faces. Do you know some animals can look in the mirror and say, "Hey, that's me." These include chimpanzees, monkeys, elephants, and dolphins. They understand reflection. But dogs and cats usually think the reflection is another animal. So your dog may bark at the mirror thinking, "Who's this handsome fella?" Muralidhar Devidas Amte was different from the others in his wealthy neighborhood. His family lovingly named him Baba, and as a child, he had all the toys one could dream of. He also had something special in him, a kind heart and a keen eye for justice. As a young man, Baba followed his parents' wishes, got married and began working as a lawyer. However, he soon decided to take matters into his own hands. Baba wanted to make the world a better place, a place where everyone could have a fair and happy life. He started waking up at 3 a.m. every day, well before sunrise. He joined rag pickers to collect waste and clean the town's dirty gutters. By working alongside the rag pickers and cleaners, he wanted to show that everyone deserved respect. Then, one day, something happened that shook Baba to the core. Baba met a man named Tulsi Ram who was sick with a disease called leprosy. With holes in place of a nose and without fingers or toes, Tulsi Ram's body was difficult for anyone to look at. Even Baba felt scared when he saw Tulsi Ram. But he decided he was going to beat his fear and help him. His parents were outraged at his actions and cut off all contact with him. But Baba did not let this upset him. Instead, he gathered his wife and children, a cow, a dog, and 6 people affected by leprosy and went on to live on a barren piece of land. There, they built a special place called Anandvan where people with leprosy could live in peace. Baba went on to receive many awards because of his incredible work. He believed that the most useful person was someone who helped others when they needed it the most. Looking at Baba's life, it is clear that being a hero doesn't mean you need a cape. Sometimes all you need is a heart full of love. Baba Amte was awarded the Padma Shri in 1971 and Padma Vibhushan in 1986 by the Government of India for his services to the society. The Harbin Ice Festival. Let's travel to a place where winter turns into art. Welcome to Harbin, a city in the north of China where every year the world becomes a glittering ice kingdom. Every winter, artists and builders gather here for the Harbin Ice and Snow Festival. But they don't use wood, brick or cement. They build entire castles, palaces, bridges and towers out of ice. The ice comes from a frozen river nearby. It's crystal clear, like pieces of glass. Using special chisels and saws, artists shape each block with patience and love. When the sun sets, the ice buildings glow with colorful lights from the inside: pink, blue, gold, violet. The whole city looks like a shimmering fairy tale. People from all over the world visit Harbin to walk through ice cathedrals, slide down ice slides, and even enjoy ice sculptures as tall as real buildings. Everything around you feels quiet, cool and magical, like stepping inside a snow globe. The Harbin Ice Festival reminds us that art can come from anywhere, even from something that melts. Have you ever wondered how buildings stay tall, how roads stay strong, and how bridges don't fall down? There's a quiet hero behind all of this. Its name is cement. Cement looks like soft grey powder, but when you mix it with water and sand, it turns into something strong and solid, almost like magic clay that becomes rock hard. This strong mixture holds bricks together just like glue holds paper. Cement is the glue of buildings. Imagine building with only bricks and no cement. The walls would wobble and fall like a Jenga tower. But with cement, everything stays steady and safe. How was cement discovered? Long ago, the Romans used a secret recipe of volcanic ash to make cement. They built huge buildings that are still standing today even after 2000 years. Isn't that just incredible? Cement is not just strong, it is time-proof. So next time you see a building, a school, a road, or even a playground, remember the quiet grey powder who made it possible. Cement, a small hero with big strength. Word of the week is cinephile. Spell it with me. CINEPHILE. A cinephile is someone who loves movies, not just watching them, but thinking about them, remembering scenes, songs, and stories. A cinephile sees movies not as time pass, but as magic on a screen. Imagine someone who remembers dialogues, knows actor names, gets excited for movie nights, and watches the same movie again and again because it feels warm inside. That person is a cinephile. Why don't movies ever get lost? Because they always follow the script. That wraps up another magical stop in facts, fiction, and faraway lands. Until next time, keep wondering. If you loved today's journey, Don't forget to tap like, hit subscribe, and share it with your family and friends. Let's spread the magic of learning. Bye, Story Explorers. See you.